Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 3 of the first week of the Batty Overwatch League, Season 5, with Mad Cow Disease playing the bench life of Zach and Cody. I'm one of the casters, Albino Joe. With me is UTech.
Hey,
Beautiful
hey,
UTech.
hey.
How you doing?
Oh, I am doing fucking fantastic, my friend. And if you have to think about it, like, we're not gonna say the bench like of Zach and Cody every single time we call them out. We're gonna say bench, bench. Start it slowly, and then we're gonna because they're gonna pop off. They're gonna pop off, my friend.
They
And then
might.
also Mad Cow Disease. They're gonna do pretty good as well.
I mean, both teams have a lot of potential, talent in different roles within each team, it seems. I think the story of this series is going to be who is going to be if 30 and Chromatic can deliver. 30, very, very good at the game, has played for quite some time, played at a high caliber for quite some time. In fact, I think UTech, you duo with him often, right?
Yeah, I play with 30 a lot of the time. Great guy to play with. But I think, going along with that, like, I think the theme of tonight with all the games that we've had in the past is, shattering of great expectations, if you think about it. Definitely some people stepping up their game that no one would have thought, and now let's see if what happens is that, uh, either 30 and Chromatic with Dubdrum Valkyr, or TK Thrifty and Checkers can step it up, or will it be Crystallized Evil like Kazuki Beans, Destructive Dude, Huckleton, and TV Junkie? Who's it
Yeah,
gonna be?
for sure. I mean, and like I said, talent in different aspects. I still love to praise the support roles on Mad Cow Disease, Kazuki and Huckleton, both extremely competent in their roles. Having played with Huckleton and knowing him, he's great. And Kazuki being what was her ranking? High like what, high diamond or something?
Low diamond. It's
Okay,
about like
still
3,000, about around 3,000, maybe like 3,100 at highest, I believe. We can
impressive
actually
ranking.
check. We have the ability, unless she has a private profile.
Wow, everyone has
No,
a
not
private
that
profile
season.
these days. Oh no, she doesn't. Wow.
3001. I think, yeah, back in season 8 she had 3120. So, back in the height of the moth era, but definitely going to be strutting her stuff, seeing what she can bring to the table. Is going to be her uh first Batty Overwatch League, but definitely been going to be putting some the spotlight on her.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, yeah, time to note some of the notable rookies: Kazuki Beans and TV from Mad Cow Disease. TV had a brief appearance last season as a sub, who just totally decimated the game. Having played against it, I remember it very well. Unfortunately,
I mean, I wouldn't know. I was gone that week.
yeah, yeah. Well, that could have been a big factor too. UTech, you were the staple of that team.
No, it's okay. Me and because what was it? TV was subbing in for Huckleton, and me and Huckleton were actually in the same spot. We were both in San Francisco, and we high fived. Had no idea the other one was there, and then pondered what was going to happen that week in Overwatch.
Ooh. Well, kind of watching a friendly chess match from a distance while the rest of us soldiers had to deal with the brutality that TV just bestowed upon us. But enough about, flashbacks to seasons past. So those are the two rookies playing for that team. On the bench life of Zach and Cody, Checkers, the notable rookie of the season, and is Dubdrum? Is this Dubdrum's first season?
It might be. I actually believe it's Dub Drum's first season, and if he has played before, well, Dub Drum, you're gonna have to make a pretty big dent this season so that we will remember you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what the BOL is all about. It's making a name for yourself, kind of being either a person of personality or a person of skill, or just a person who was on a team that was a dumpster fire and the team was maybe named after you. There's a lot of
Uh,
options.
you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. But def ooh, excuse me. Definitely going on to what that team has to bring with Chromatic and 30. I'm actually going to be looking at TK Thrifty because right now, with since there's no definitive meta, Displacement is the name of the game, and May can do a fantastic job of
Yep.
that. And if you remember in seasons past, TK Thrifty has a very, very big fondness for May.
Yeah, and I mean, May is like, you know, ever since they buffed her a while back. It was probably a couple months ago before Hammond. Um,
It
a long
was
a long time ago. And
they allowed it so that she can freeze passes through enemies, so you can freeze multiple people, and her right click or her little icicles only uses up 10 ammo comparatively to I believe it was 20 before. So you have double the shots before you need to reload, and you can just freeze unforgivingly.
yeah, just some sort of a buff. It doesn't even matter. It's May. Like TK Thrifty has just been so good on her, so effective in the situations where May is very relevant, stalling at end of games, as well as some of the maps like Hanamura and stuff like that. He shows up, but just giving an extra buff. I'm excited to see his May, to be perfectly honest.
Same here. I hope he actually brings it out on the defense that they have. But it looks like we're gonna have bench on the defending team. Coming up with a pretty standard lineup. We are going to be testing out the pause before anything. See who DDoS is our observer. And oh no, we're paused.
There it is. It works. We're there. Woot woot.
Yeah, and it looks like TK3 is coming out with that May pick, and they're coming out with a pretty standard lineup with a Ryan Zari lineup over there. Chromatic, gonna see if he can get back in the saddle again with that Zarya, known to be very potent on that pick. While on the attacking team, they are going to be going on with the dive, coming out with Crystallize on the Mad Monkey himself, Winston, Destructive Dude, going off on that off tank roll with the Diva. And of course, Huckle-Toon, Kazuki Beans, both going main healer, I believe they're going to try to keep their main tanks up as much as they can. Kazuki Beans going to be able to give damage boost to TV Junkie, who is on the Widow. And also Evil Light, who will be keeping their eyes in the skies. But let's see if 30, who is on that Soldier, is going to be able to take him out.
Yeah, something to note. Just bird's eye view of the attacking team here. Kazuki and Huckle-Toon, a lot of healing provided for the team coming out of the gate there, and as you said, the dive tanks is going to be relevant along with the long range sniper, the long range distant projectiles from Evolite. So, solid attacking team, defending team, deathball-y sort of, with the long distance healing out of Checkers and Dub Drum Zen. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see. And TK Thrifty kind of the oddball out of it. You don't normally see May on defense.
Right. But we are going to be looking at him to see how fast he can get that Blizzard, because if he's able to get at least 2 picks with the Blizzard, that is going to be enough to throw away everyone else and that entire team fight going that way.
Yeah, one Blizzard can stall this whole entire comp, and shots are flying at the start here. Chromatic, the only one up front and center, contesting the point here. Valk protecting his long range, his AD carry, as I should say, Soldier. But they're attacking the high ground. Destructive Dude and Crystallize, the first one to die, unfortunately. Destructive Dude is able to get out of there, but unaffected dive coming out of the attack here, as the hold is very convincingly. Valk pretty pushed up, but he's got the Zarya to back him up there. Huckle-Toon being an annoying Moira, staying on point, keeping that Reinhardt not necessarily facing forward. Very important for the fight here, but they couldn't take him down. Valk still alive on that Reinhardt, still holding the shield, not even that damage. Able to protect his team here. Rez coming onto Huckle-Toon. Both healers back up for the attacking team here. Can't even remember team names, UTech. I don't know what's going on, but the attacking team just totally wrecked, and they got the point pushing.
Yes, Mad Cow Disease definitely doing a very good job getting 2 very early picks, making sure that they are on the advantage, with the spawn advantage coming on the attacking side with the first point. Making sure that they are able to continue on a very valiant defense coming out of bench team. But unable to keep their Rhine alive, which was the big space creator for their team. Chromatic and Valkyrie are playing a fairly spread out game, but a nice big attack values are coming out of 30, but unable to get too much. Just going to do what he can to just zone them out But it doesn't matter because Dub Drum and Chromatic are both taking out Destructive Dude and Eva Light respectively, but he's gonna get revived just to try to run away, maybe getting a fadeaway shot, but not too much. TV Junkie also having to get away.
Yeah, bench team that's gonna bench. Their defense, they held up.
Let's just call it bench life. Bench life.
The bench life. 30 and Chromatic can single-handedly carry this team, I believe, and they just have the supporting cast that can help make it work. But as I say that, the caster curse occurs as Thrifty dying along with Valkyr beforehand. 4 versus 6. This is not looking good right now for bench life. 30 trying to run away as Destructive Dude chases him as that Reinhardt. Good swap. And a very good ult. Evelite finding both healers of the team. And this is all over with the Crying at this moment.
This fight is already over. They are already able to take Evil Light with a huge rocket barrage on both the Zenyatta and the Ana, making sure that they had no more sustain, especially since their entire way to keep their space on their side is with the Reinhardt. So unable to do that, unable to keep their Reinhardt up, is just a matter of time before they just win the war of attrition.
Yeah, and Mad Cow Disease is... They're doing work. I mean, as you said, it's a war of attrition, but like also Evelate, those picks were it. Like, just get their healers, and from there they suck. Like that's kind of the mentality you gotta have. But a massive grab coming out of Chromatic here, only finding Destruction.
Oh, with
really
another
massive. The Blizzard?
And the Blizzard coming on top of it just to make sure that they can reset this fight and hopefully try to get a good defense, trying to push that cart back into that gateway. And a good job off of the bench life.
You know, this is a moment where I just want to say zoning ults matter. You know, when that D.Va throws that D.Va bomb and it doesn't kill a single person, there's a lot of stuff that's happening other than killing people. You saw Chromatic get a solo grab onto Destructive Dude with it, and then after that TK Thrifty followed it up with the Blizzard. Not 100% necessary, but they couldn't reset on a point, as you said. So from there, they're able to kill 4 members of that team, of the Mad Cow Disease, and stuff them here.
We see wall hacks coming out of TV Junkie for the side of Mad Cow Disease. But we also see 30 has recently changed over to the Widow, was unable to get too much value out of the Soldier as the high ground was getting way too contested by Evo Light and TV Junkie respectively.
Mad Cow just trying to surround the point. They lost it. They don't even know where it was. Kazuki and Dub Drum both getting picked out by each enemy team. Snipers, 30 and TV doing a good job there. But Valkyr doesn't give a fuck. Destructive doesn't give a fuck. And charges Valkyr, who didn't give a fuck, and pushed up way too much and just slowly, pick by pick, inch by inch. Bench is not looking good right now.
No, definitely with those big picks coming out of the Mad Cow Disease and keeping their entire team up. They are 6 men strong on the cart. They might be able to get another contest, but it's going to be very hard. Oh, TK Thrifty is actually in the back line. Who would have thought? Getting a big pick off on TV Junkie, making sure, seeing what he can do, trying to sell the cart as much as he can. Oh, wasting his ice block in the backyard, making sure that his team, but Dub Drum using a great preemptive tranquility to cancel out Evo Light as another grab coming down, trying to get some swings out of the Reinhardt. But Valkyr getting one person out, trying to do what they can to get that Zarya crystallized. Can he stay alive? But no, he can't, as 30 is able to clean up, and they're finally able to route this attack and defend, and hopefully set up a vanguard for another defense.
That was absolute madness. Evil Light, man, you gotta, as soon as you see that tranquility, you can't press that Q button. I can't tell if he just didn't have the reaction or, ooh, Dub Drum. I can't tell if Evil Light didn't have the reaction time or if he didn't know what was going on, but ulting into a tranquility doesn't do you many favors, and that was the deciding factor in the fight.
Oh, and a nice ult coming from Chromatic just to try to defeat the enemy Zarya. But it looks like it's actually a losing battle, but there is a Blizzard coming out on point just to try to get a point, see if they can get one person Destructive Dude. But if he falls, that is gonna make the attacking that much harder. But it looks as though the attacking side of that Cow Disease is continues. Oh, but a big pick from 30 on TV Junkie, no more Widow. That provides so much space for the Soldier to keep on doing what he needs to do. Damage on damage on damage. Getting another pick out to Destructive with a huge shatter, making sure no one can do it, but can't follow up with anything. But a sight's coming out of 30 on the soldier, trying to pick up everyone again.
Oh my god!
And an amazing hold by 30 Chromatic, Dubdrum, Valkyrie, TK Thrifty, and Checkers as they are able to force them off the point and continue on. Only 1 point going on over to the Mad Cow Disease, seeing if they can get on this defense. Are they going to be able to do it?
Just to recap, at whatever that was, Chromatic was the last one contesting. Like, yeah, TK Thrifty was there. He threw the ult. That was a pretty big. He froze Destructive Dude with it. Everyone else was kind of zoned off. They were still touching. I don't know if overtime was in effect at that time, but Chromatic died. Whoever was playing Moira, I think it was. I can't even remember who. I don't even know what was happening in that fight. Someone was playing Moira. They were on it. There was a Mercy res in there. Chromatic was back up. There was all sorts of shit going down, and it was beautiful. It was great.
That's good, clean, quality Overwatch right there, Joey. That's what we need in this league. No more of this baddie league. We are now the Friendship League. The Friendship League is coming to town, and nothing's stopping us.
Yeah, everyone's good. There's no losers. Yada
There's
yada
no
yada.
losers. Everyone gets a trophy afterwards. You know what, Joey? Let's not cast anymore. Everyone's a winner. Let's go out and get some ice cream.
I guess I can go for some ice cream. I'll take like that Neapolitan shit. That's good.
You know what? I'm more of a fan of the vanilla with some. I actually like s'mores ice cream. You know, getting some graham cracker in there. All that good stuff.
If it's like flavor of the day Culver's quality custard, I'll get it. But otherwise, that ain't me. Anyway, hey, yo, talking about these teams here. Evil Light on that Junkrat, break some shields. TV Junkie on that Hanzo looking for the other kind of pick, not necessarily the Widow picks here. And they don't have, or sorry, they do have Zarya and Crystallize there for the defense. The attacking, they're doing the Bastion
They're doing the
strat.
Bastion. But
They're doing the Bastion strat.
They have 30 coming in behind. Look at him as he tries to go in behind for a flank. They have the new Sombra changes. Oh,
the cancer of Overwatch died right away! You got charged! You got Hanzo arrowed! Your Valk's dead! Done! Don't do that! Oh man, that's satisfying to watch.
So they tried something new. They tried. They tried so hard, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
I mean, I'm getting on my soapbox. I hate Bastion cart push strats so much, and nothing against the bench life of Zach and Cody at all, but I never want to see that strat ever again.
It can work. They just needed the double barrier for it.
If it works, it's really effective. It's really effective if it works. That's for sure.
Too bad for them. They have a shield breaking comp, so that Ryan can't keep that shield up for long.
Oh yeah, also the Hanzo arrow. But speaking of Hanzo, TV Junkie going down to that TK Thrifty, they don't necessarily have anything to deal with TK Thrifty's Pharah there. There's a very good swap that he busted out. There's all the team of Mad Cow Disease is just kind of falling here. No one is really surviving, but they are fighting back, I should say. Destructive Dude swinging away, doing all sorts of work with the hammer down. Valkyrie showing his own, getting just Destructive. Very important pick there, pushing the cart, getting in there. Huckletune, the last contesting member, survived, and that was a very, very one way then another way fight.
Yeah, definitely thought on the defensive side, Destructive Dude had an amazing shatter going on, getting two people, trying to clean them up. But then Valkyrie came in from behind, gave them the swift surprise, and made sure that they were able to win that team fight as they continue on. But no one's fighting on the cart just yet, trying to see what they can get a single pick before anything. 30 trying to do what he can, see if he can pick out Evil Light. Valkyrie is able to get the final swing onto Evil Light, but making sure that another person goes off with Huckletune. And it looks as though the man advantage going over to the bench life. But a big Dragon Strike coming in, but a nice Transcendence coming in to TK, trying to get the resurrection, but unable to get it. So close. TK Thrifty doing what he can to make sure this push and the payload is going on to the second point. With 4 minutes going on into the second point, there is a big safety net on the side of the bench life. But will Mad Cow Disease be able to regroup and try to get some very solid defenses throughout the second point?
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Dub Drum's Tranquilities there, or Transcendences, or Blizzard move that heals everyone. They've been really on point, and they've been really saving the team in very important moments. And Valka's also doing a really good job being that Ryan in the front line, shielding. But a grab coming out of Chromatic, very good, getting Kazuki TV, pretty important there.
Very, very good. Chromatic and Valkyrie are able to follow it up with Dragon Strike. Oh, but a counter grab with a huge amount of people trying to get swings going in, trying to get Valkyrie, but stays alive until anything. TK50 uncontested on the high ground as Checker's able to keep people alive in there. Valkyrie are going man mode, swinging is a big hammer, continuing on. And it looks like nothing can stop them now. They're going to have to go into desperation mode just to get to the point as fast as they can. Only Kazuki Bean's Destructive and TV Junkie trying to do what they can. Closest one being that Diva, but with Sombra being right there to contest anything, can just hack them as long as they come in. Gonna see what they can do just to drop down, try to hold on to the point as much as they can. TV Junkie trying to get in position with the McCree. See if we can do anything. But a big EMP coming out of 30, trying to make sure no one can do anything. Valkyrie swinging in with a big slam, continuing swinging, getting everyone that he can. 30 also following up with the damage. TV Junkie, Evil Eye, Crystallize on the Monkey Soldier, and McCree all unable to contest the point, and it looks like the first point is going to the bench life of Zach and Cody, making sure that they get that first team victory.
Man, and what a game that was. The bench life Destructive dude showing up as the big hammered Reinhardt in the cave. Ryan vs. Ryan? Mortal Kombat?
And here we see that big thing. Here's that big shatter coming in, able to follow up and just continue on with that defense. Or was it the attack? Who knows?
Oh, that was great. And
let's also give a shout out to 30 with that Sombra, because with the Sombra changes that have happened recently, she has that permanent stealth. She's been getting constant buffs over time with stealth, with her hack being on a much shorter cooldown. She can now destroy her locator beacon, and it's out there for so long. It's one of those things where on these things where you have to try to contest as much as you can, like a Sombra, a Mei, those are some very good picks at the moment.
Yeah. And I mean, UTech, I kind of was thinking about this halfway through the match. So I was voting for Freefy and Senpai to be the best DPS duo of the league, but after watching, I mean, it's 30 and Thrifty, to be honest. But that top-rated player, Chromatic.
It's Chromatic and Valkyrie. Those are the ones that are the top DPS. I mean,
yeah.
Chromatic doing a very good job of enabling Valkyrie to just have the freedom to continue to swing as a Rhine and just get guaranteed damage, get those quick earth shatters, and enable them to just swing a team fight in their favor as fast as they can and get to that ult stage as fast as they can. And I think they're doing a fantastic job of it, and it has been shown on Route 66. But let's not count out what Mad Cow Disease can do as a team, and we'll see if they can do a little bit better as we go to Blizzard World.
Yeah, and I mean, Blizzard World is, it's a little bit of a different map in a sense that it's a hybrid, but very similar playstyles in general. You have a very open sky. Pharah's kind of fair game for most of the points. TK Thrifty and Evilite both showing up on their Pharahs. They've both been doing damage. TK Thrifty specifically, last match, he had a couple pretty important Pharah ults.
Let's be real here. Teams are having a hard time dealing with Pharah. What gives?
Well, welcome to the BOL? Question mark?
I feel like all the bad players of the game are just gonna be who can deal with the Pharah. No one can. That's the pro tip. No one.
The worst possible ways to deal with Pharah baddie plays of the week. That's what's gonna be. It's gonna be funny. But yeah, low-key also someone on the bench life. Checkers. I don't know. She's just showing up, doing her healing thing. I saw her busting out the paintball gun from time to time. She's also an contributing member to the bench life, and
doing a fantastic job. I mean, you can get 100% value out of Mercy just by knowing when to damage boost, and I have seen her just being able to provide for that team. I mean, she is the main healer that that team may not necessarily need, but it's the one they deserve. Is
Mm,
that how the saying goes? I don't know.
close. Well, I mean that is how the saying goes. But hey, new map. Talking about the teams now. Bench life on the defense. I'm assuming since their whole entire team is picked here. 30 chromatic, going Widow, Zarya, the star players, and then the rest of the crew. Dub Drum on that Zenyatta again doing work. Valkyrie on the Reinhardt again doing work. Checkers on the Mercy again doing work. And TK Thrifty, not May, not Farah, but Reaper.
Ooh, I kind of want to. I'm curious to see how this is going to work out. Uh, Perhaps it will work well for what they have, especially if they're able to just get through tanks. But it looks like we're going to be seeing Brigitte coming out of Mad Cow, and they're also answering with their own Reaper. It's like TK Thrifty and Evilite both have the same agenda in terms of hero picks.
I was just about to say that the Farah Reaper staples. You know, Evilite does not play May as far as I understand, or at least confidently. But those two staples are definitely mirrored in the two teams. And I don't know. I want to see some Reaper battles. That's gonna be fun. The attack here, Mad Cow Disease, crystallize on the Zarya again, destructive showing up on Reinhardt. Played for part of the map, last map. Huckletune on the Brigida, and I love that pick. Kazuki on her staple, and then one of the DPS we talked about, but Soldier coming out of TV. This gonna be good.
Yeah, TV Junkie gonna try to get the high ground as the soldier. Good job on him. He knows. Well, the only person who can really contest him would be, but doesn't have sights on him yet.
Pick.
Ooh, a big pick by 30 on Kazuki Beans. One less healer they can really deal with, and that is their main healer. It's gonna be hard for them to attack this because the only person who can really keep them alive is Huckletune. But his main source of healing at this point would just be to swing around. But is especially with the recent Mercy nerfs, it's really hard to just run a Mercy as a solo healer. Just because her healing output has been nerfed. But if you are able to hold on to the Brigitte as long as she can continue in the brawl fight, then it looks like you're gonna have a better time.
Yeah, I personally feel that 13% decrease in the healing out of Mercy. I mean, this happened kind of a while ago, but it still hurts. But, you know, Kazuki, you know, granted, she's a Mercy main. She is playing on a lot of lag, and now that team, Mad Cow Disease, is trying to pull... no, they're not going to pull all the way flanked. They're going to take the high ground in hopes of getting some sort of pick. They don't really have any characters to get picks with. Evilite and TV are not necessarily long-range picks like a Widowmaker or Hanzo here, but a hammer down coming out of Valkyrie's backline. TV Junkie is the one knocked down that needs to get picked, but he lives. Valkyrie going down in the process. Evilite dying out of that whole entire scuffle there, and a res coming out. Valky's back up. There are 6 members back up on bench, and this is a very convincing fight going in their favor.
Yeah, definitely not playing as confidently on this attack. With that huge shatter coming out of Valkyrie, or being a sneaky Ryan on it, making them having to fight in that little area right next to the point. Allowing a nice line of sight for 30 on that Widowmaker on the high ground, right next to the Fargo Deep mine. You know, it's we're gonna see if maybe they'll actually just do a straightaway. But 30 getting another great pick, 2K on both Kazuki Beans and Crystallize on the Mercy and Zarya, and coming out with a die TK Thrifty getting greedy, but but being able to take it out by Destructive Dude, Dub Drum able to also follow up on Destructive, at making sure that they have minimal casualties as they're gonna try to go again on this attack, but only 60 seconds going again. Maybe they need to switch up their team comp, but they do have 4 ults, if not almost all 6 ults for this.
Personally, I would totally switch Mad Cow's team comp all the way around. I mean, five members of the team I would change if I was on that team right now. But with 4 ults, you cannot help but let Huckletune die. Kazuki does get the res off, so it's kind of a nice eraser for that team. And there comes the TV Junkie to initiate the whole entire thing, and a grab coming out of Chromatic to kind of stall their push a little bit, but it's not stalled all the way. Great Valkyrie ult from Reinhardt there. Valk doing all sorts of work. Evil Light in the back line trying to get TK Thrifty. The other Reaper doesn't die because of Lucio's dub drums beat, but another Zarya Gravitonk coming out of Crystallized, dying in the process, but that is the deciding factor for the win of the team fight. And Mad Cow does take the point with the 4 ults that they had.
Yeah, because Destructive Dude able to stay in a great position, didn't even need all that much healing because everyone who was in front of him was a small, squishy target. He was able to get as many hits as he wanted. No one to really contest him, as the other tank of Valkyrie are unable to really do much himself. And that gave them the point, and it gives them a great fighting chance, unable to snuff him out on point 1.
UTech, I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting, even with 4 ults, I thought they were going to get stuffed.
They did a very good job. Destructive Dude is a ninja, in fact.
Okay.
Oh, and a great shot! Slam coming out! TK50 also coming out. Destructive Dude doing what he can, keeps on swinging, trying to push forward. Checkers going down, seeing what he can do. Destructive Dude is unstoppable at this point. They are going to continue on with this thing. He's doing what he can, switching off to the Tracer to try and just get to the point that much faster. Almost has that Pulse Bomb as a consolation prize. But continuing on with as 6 men, Destructive Dude flying their banner high as they continued with this charge. It looks like
nuts! He's nuts! He kills TK Thrifty ults, and then he kills TK Thrifty, he says fuck it all ult, and then kills the rest of them!
But TK Thrifty trying to take the high ground, see if he can get a cheeky play almost with that Death Lotus, trying to see if he can jump onto the team. Missed Pulse Bomb by 30, unable to really connect onto anybody. Destructive Dude trying to go up in the front ground, far ground. Oh, but a nice big
again? What?
Nice shatters coming out of both sides, getting blocked. Valkyrie doing a great job of getting blocked out by Destructive Dude. Destructive also taking down, both takes down, trying to get back as much as he can. But Valkyrie getting res. What he can do. Evil Light trying to get him a 2K coming out of it. Evil Light. The jump to a chromatic fall, and it makes sure that they are able to get another point and 2 points for them for the Mad Cow Disease. There is nothing stopping this infection as they continue on with their rampage.
UTech, that was freaking disgusting. Destructive Dude showing up for the amount of time that he did. Evelite, the very end there, that Reaper ultimate was what decided the push got all the way. And I mean, those are kind of the 2 MVPs there. Yeah, the supporting cast is all there healing. Huckletune doing all sorts of damage, all sorts of stuns. Kazuki keeping him up as well, but those 2 players were the damage dealers. And the shield dies, and TV Junkie gets a 2K from the Deadeye. Other players dying on the team. Evelite also in the backline getting Val, getting 30. TV getting Chromatic. The DPS, the 2 DPS killed all of them. Oh my god, Mad Cow is on a rampage. They're stomping and stampeding to the end.
Yeah, we've seen so much use out of McCree's on all 3 games this day. And it looks, oh no, big grab, both sides. Grab for grab coming out, but see who can deal damage. TV Junkie coming out, getting a shot after shot after shot, aiming. Destructive Dude bringing it so forward, making sure he's swinging his hammer, and that is 3 points, making sure that they have a good, sizable lead coming out of round 1, seeing if they can get a great defense coming on in this next round.
Oh my god, Mad Cow Disease just freaking from the time that they just needed their, like, you know how they cattle prod bulls balls before they let him go out on a rodeo?
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I'm talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was like the anticipation and build up. All that first phase of trying to cap that initial point was just them getting cattle prodded in the balls over and over again and getting so irritated, so fucking pent up, built up rage, anxiety, planning, deviating, all sorts of shit, and how to master the game. I don't know, but after that, that was probably a 2-minute period from start to finish, maybe 2.5 period, and that was nuts. That was fun to watch.
Exactly, and oh man, you don't get plays like that outside the Baddie League. So I just want you all, if you're new, if you have some friends out there, be sure to tell everybody you know, including family, that they need to watch the Baddie League, and that is the only place they are going to get fantastic bad plays and great plays from the best amateurs in everywhere. We're international now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're definitely international. I
We're
mean,
definitely
we're
international. Don't let anyone else steer you in the wrong direction, say otherwise. So if you can, make sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. All the proceeds go to one person. It's not me. But if
it's
enough
for
people
college.
if enough people subscribe, then maybe we'll get a party train going. Who knows?
Hell yeah, indeed. But moving on to the reversal here with Bench attacking, Mad Cow defending. Mad Cow running a very similar comp to what they ran before. They're actually the exact same comp at the end there. And Bench running some Lucio. I like that. TK
Yeah.
Thrifty.
Yeah, having an interesting defense, trying to play within the stables of it, trying to go in, but just a giant route coming out, unable to stop anything. Just everyone melting like butter. This is the power of Lucio's speed with a Moira, as they have that. It looks like Moira is just able to just keep everybody up. Nothing happening out. They tried their damnedest to be cheeky, but they had no idea when they were going to come in, but they came in fast, they came in hard, and I'm pretty sure someone needs to file a police report for that.
Who says triple tank is dead? Like, TK Thrifty swapping off the DPS, 30 swapping off the DPS, you know, going triple tank, triple healer. That worked extremely
Wait, hold on.
effectively.
They are running goats, my friend.
Yes.
They are running goats, and they are finding success with it, because all they have to do is just win one fight, and once that one fight is won, they make sure that they are going to continue on with this push. But the one weakness of goats is that ult charges are going to be coming up very fast for Mad Cow.
Watch checkers
And
though.
already.
Watch checkers. If she dies, you know that push is dead, but no one is dying on that team. 30 is out of the mech here in a big slam. Coming from Mad Cow before, but now coming out of bench, Valkyr with the superior smash with the team followed up, and that is more pushing. Oh my god, this is nuts.
Yeah, and we're seeing ults already coming out of the side of the bench line, as they're most likely going to be able to get this next point unless Mad Cow Disease is able to come out and punch their way. TV switching off to the Doomfist. And a big grab coming out, getting so many people in the grab, making sure they get anything, but not unable to do anything. 30 and Valkyrie are able to kill off the TV jump. People like doing what he can to just get with the die. Only able to demech 30, but Dubdrum able to finish off people like. But Huckleton gonna do what he can to try to keep everybody up with that Transcendence, but it's gonna be hard with Crystallize as the only one alive. TV Junkie trying to see what he can. Oh, and a nice knock off by Destructive, but a big thing. And a big defense by Destructive Dude, making sure no one gets hit by that hammer down. And it looks like they'll be able to hold on to this point just for a few seconds longer. Onto the second point, making sure that they are alive for that much longer.
Mad Cow, the fucking bull, finally finding a little bit of rest and relaxation here. They mop up the rest of the bench, chasing them back to their spawn, getting the kills that they want to get, hopefully getting the picks on 30 and Dubdrum at the end here. Not necessarily, but Dubdrum getting cocky with the shield bash, not necessarily dying there. That's good. But, man, that was... Whew.
This is a fast game of Overwatch. If you other teams out there, including my own, take a watch and look at how they're running goats. They are crashing into the enemy team, making sure they take the brawl, and using the Lucio speed to make sure that they can get in and out like a snake.
Yeah, and a very unconventional path to the point. Coming out of the bench right now, proving to be a little effective here. Otherwise, the first one falling to 30's Diva, who is no longer in the mech. And is getting back in the mech. The fight happening all over the point. Destructive Dude on point, swinging away as the healer in Kazuki Beans is trying to keep everyone up, doing a very good job with that Valk that she popped. Very low, about to die. Charge coming in. People are dying everywhere. Mad Cow doesn't have a leg to stand on, and Bench is able to push the point all the way to the second point. Woo,
Yeah.
round 3 fight.
Yeah, the bench definitely utilizing that goats comp. Once Mad Cow Disease started spreading up, they tried to spread their pestilence a little too far, so they couldn't really group up and try to focus on what they can. But we do know that the linchpin of the goats comp is the Moira. If they're able to pick off the Moira off, then that is That is a huge detriment. But a huge grab coming out of Mad Cow.
Dude, eat that, you piece of shit!
So that destructive dude trying to keep the shield up, make sure that nothing can happen, but he doesn't have to worry about a shatter at all. So, but Valkyr doing what he can in the front, just keep on swinging. TV Junkie getting a 2K, making sure he uses that meteor strike to get anyone. TV Junkie in 1, 2, 3 hits as he continues on being a madman that he is, trying to punch everything that he can. And all I know is that the One Punch Man theme song is playing in my head. One punch is not enough for this guy. He needs more. He's looking for blood.
Oh my god, Chromatic with an early grab out of there just to get out of base, but that's going to be really important if they can pick all the people, especially if they're staggering them, with Huckletune one of the last ones to fall out of that, and the 6 members of bench on the point pushing. 1 member now in, well, whatever healer's going to be on there pushing. But they're pushing up, and Mad Cow's on the ropes right now.
Yeah, they definitely want to try to regroup as much as they can, try to get as much time out of bench life. As bench life are going to try to get as much time as they can. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock as they still are trying to get trying to bound around the bend forward to get to 3rd point, and coming out with the sound barrier to try to keep the team alive. But a big meteor strike on TK Thrifty, making sure that that is one less person that they have to deal with. Huckletune also getting another demecking the Diva, making sure they follow up with the Diva. But a hammer down coming out of Destructive Dune, trying to continue on with the fight, and they are going to continue to try to push them forward to get them back into their own spawn room. And it looks like we have a small game of tug of war coming on here, as this point 3 of Blizzard World can be.
Oh yeah, and unsung heroes right now with Mad Cow Disease, or just, yeah, Mad Cow Disease, Mad Cow Pestilence, I don't know what team it is. Anyway, TV Junkie, Crystallize, and Destructive. That last fight, they were kind of the sung heroes to be up front and pushing. I did not necessarily see where Evolate's placement was. I'm sure he was in the back line, and everyone's performing how they should, but Chromatic with a massive grab, Evilite with a massive Death Blossom that just hits a shield, and doesn't really get much, but another grab with absolutely nothing in it! Nothing! Oh, TV was in there at the end. Okay, it's kind of worth it. Kazuki, great res. Mad Cow pushing forward, getting all the damage that needs to be got. The end.
And it looks like they're going to have the advantage coming onto this next point if they're able to get to 3 points, as Mad Cow Disease is able to hold off the bench life for more than a minute and 1 second. Continuing on with the Goats comp, they're low on ults, not going to be able to get them, but Destructive Dude with that hammer down, going to be looking for something, seeing if he can get anything. Oh, and a big shatter coming out with a follow-up with another meteor strike coming down in the fight. They're going to be able to clean this up with 45 seconds left in the clock. They are going to try to do as much as they can. Huckletune with the one person who has ult left, and it looks as though ults are in short supply for the bench life. Gonna be very hard, but they do have 30 seconds. They might be able to draw out 1 or 2 more fights, if not at least 1 more drawn out fight. They can take it off the cart for a little bit. Oh, but a big preemptive grab, trying to do what they can. But Evo able to take out 30, has 1 less damage dealer, and healing orb coming out of the Moira, making sure everyone comes out. Chromatic coming down, 2 people down for the bench life. Not looking very good for the bench life. Valkyria doing a desperate charge. Hakutu coming down, but Valkyria paying the price with his life, trying to get in. Checker's doing what she can to try to touch the point. Dub Drum doing it, but getting boomed out of the way by the Riot Hammer down into the cart. So long, this is not your fucking world in the Blizzard world. As we continue on, TV Junkie Crystallize being able to see if they can clean out anybody. Valkyria are desperately trying to do what they can, but it looks so desperate as Dub Drum and Checkers able to stall it for quite some time, but to no avail, seeing if the Tracer can get in there. But no, it looks like we have a 1-for-1 victory for Mad Cow Disease. And let's see where this play of the game is going.
TV Junkie, not on the Doomfist, but on the McCree. Showing up here. With
having a great
shield
high
shatter.
noon. Shield shattered, high noon, no one can stop you, and you're just having a great day. Smoke that cigar and be a badass you are. Walk away.
Man, that was nuts. That second to last fight before the staggering came. That what was that? A Crystallized ultimate into the TV Junkie Space Jam. Don't know if that was communicated, but very well executed either way. That was an amazing That was an amazing shot. Like that just looked great.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. I definitely think the goats comp definitely worked on the first point. It definitely worked on the
Oh
second point.
yeah.
But I think they needed something a little bit different going on through the third point. Weren't able to get their ults up fast enough. And as I said before, one of the big weaknesses of the Goats comp, you're running that triple tank. So that's a big health pool that the enemy team can just farm their ults up. And they're going to have those ults a lot faster and a lot more frequently than you are.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's well, I don't know. I mean, we're 1-1 going into Oasis control point, which in my opinion is like the most different. King of the Hill is one of the most different maps. Like you got capture point, you got payloads, but just to keep it and hold it, get it and hold it. That's a different story. Whole different game we're about to play, I think.
Exactly. And I don't know about you, but we're having a small little break. So I think we should talk about one of our sponsors, water. It's free.
It is free unless you pay for it. I mean, there's a lot of places where you can pay for it. I think Fiji is one of like the one of the finer waters out there. If you want some of that, but I don't pay for mine. I just like walk into public restaurants and ask for it, and they give it to me.
Yeah, usually they're pretty good with that, but unless you're in the middle of the desert, water can be quite the big commodity.
Yeah. Having never been in a desert, I really don't know what the price is out there. But hey, another sponsor. Might as well just bring it up, Subway.
Subway, eat fresh. Subway has been going through some hard times lately. The loss of a mascot. Some other things. They're not really at that fresh, but you know what? You should eat there anyway. Why? Because you should.
It's food,
Food.
not
It's
like
it's edible.
poison. Yeah, it's
I
edible. You can
mean,
eat it.
you can eat it. It's food.
Yeah, and not get like too hurt. Probably. I mean, you might poop funny. Maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
probably. I mean, your stomach might hurt for a little while. But moving on, we are going on to Oasis as our third map, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens as we have a 1-for-1 bench life taking map 1 on the Route 66 and Mad Cow Disease taking Blizzard World. Are we gonna see? We're gonna see equally skilled Overwatch coming out of these two teams, and we're gonna see who comes out on top for this game three.
Yeah, and I mean something to note. These maps, at least in my opinion, Pharah and Reaper are very viable picks for both of them. Soldier as well. And TK Thrifty and Evelator are gonna. I think these are gonna be their maps if they're gonna shine on any of them. These are gonna be the maps that they shine on. Uh, typically in these free for all type maps, I don't know. I like Roadhogs. I like Reinhardt's.
Yeah, I
You know
think
what? I'm not gonna tell them how to play the game. Just
no, they're gonna be
whatever.
playing what they know, and I think we definitely should give out a shout out to both the healers of Checkers and Kazuki Beans doing great jobs on both sides. Still sticking to that Mercy meta a little bit, both of them. Although Checkers you see playing that Moira for the Goats comp, but it seems to be working for their team. They know how to use it and they're able to utilize it well. And they should be very very thankful that they have main healers that know how to main heal.
Oh yeah. I mean, those are and that's the things with the healing uh, aspect of teams. Typically they're the unsung heroes most of the time. They're just trying to keep people up, and if they're doing their job right, they're really not noticed unless they do like an amazing res or Mercy Paintball gets busted out when they're ulting and they like take out a widow or something. I don't know, but
It's one
they're
of
good.
those goals where it's either if you don't get noticed too often, you're doing a good job, and if you are getting noticed, it's probably because you're getting killed too many times.
Yeah, pretty much. And, now when we're talking about each, like the mirrors of each team, like Checkers is, Kazuki and Checkers are kind of the mirror, and TK Thrifty and Evelette are kind of the mirror, and Chromatic Crystallize playing the Zarias, each Valkyr and Destructive playing the Rhines, each, like the mirrors. Looking at the bench life, it's just in every facet that team has been able to kind of outclass Mad Cow Disease with Valk. Well, actually, I take that back. Destructive Dude has kind of been outclassing Valk occasionally, but Chromatic Zarya is just nasty and disgusting. Checkers just keeping everyone up. TK Thrifty showing up as well. I don't know. This is. I really don't know. This can go so many ways. I just realized like there's a side to everything that I'm not even seeing when it comes to like Mad Cow and how their team has been playing and how well they've been doing. I mean, they're 1-1. I don't know what to say, UTech. Help me out here.
Good old-fashioned Overwatch.
I mean, seriously, they're mirroring each other for the most part, and they've each won, like, taking a map off each other,
I definitely think it comes down to positioning for both sides, and so whoever can get the upper hand on the positioning, especially the main tank role, try to give their DPS a little bit more space to work with to try to get those picks. That is the key to victory and who is winning, and especially, and although with that second map, I think overutilizing the goats comp kind of was detrimental to them because it didn't. Once they kind of saw what the goats comp was, they kind of knew how to play against it. TV Junking bringing out the Doomfist just to disrupt everything that the goat comp wants to try to do.
Yeah.
I think was a fantastic choice, and I hope they do something similar if they try to bring out that goats comp again.
Yeah, so moving on though, talking about this team, I'm just looking at these comps right now, and you could tell by Bench's team comp, 30 on the Tracer, Chromatic off the tank on the Genji, TK Thrifty taking a dive tank, Diva, Valkyrie on dive tank as well with a dive healer, and then Zen is that long range. Zen is going to be a subject pick in my opinion. I don't know how that's going to work out, especially for Dub Drum. I know he's going to be in the back line, but that is a rough and tumble team comp against something very similar coming out of Mad Cow Disease with Doomfist. Really the only thing that's different. First person to die, Destructive Dude totally gets melted, gets clipped and melted. Crystallized out of the Mad Cow, not looking like a Mad Cow. Dub Drum falling first, as I would anticipate, is that not mobile, long-ranged healer, and just the rough and tumble nature of Bench against the rough and tumble nature of Mad Cow. They just did better.
TV Junkie on that Doomfist actually doing a very good job to try to take out the back line of the bench life, but just the core members of the bench life able to take out the rest of Mad Cow team. Very good team fight. Already in that time, 30 was able to farm up a pulse bomb just to take out TV Junkie. But TV Junkie 70% to his meteor strike. So we're going to be seeing some plays as they try to come back and contest the point. Looks like the Winston on Destructive Dude trying to take some high ground, trying to see what space can be created, trying to come on with it. But it looks like we're going to see a little dance going out as they switch positions. Continuing on, Kazuki Beans trying to fly around, seeing if she maybe is able to get a resurrection, but a Valkyrie already coming out of Checkers, making sure that keeps the team alive, as it looks like another team fight is already won by the bench life, and unless they can try to reset as fast as they can, I guess Weeb noises, Hoot and the Weeb,
Suggestive.
a little overzealous with the ult action. And,
what is Destructive
What
doing?
are you doing? You have no members of your team. I guess you got the consolation prize of taking out the pulse bomb, but playing a little too aggro on here. Team Junkie, they're all staggered away from their team. Maybe able to do something. Does the meter start just to try to get out, but is he going to be able to actually do anything with it? No, not going to be able to do anything. As 30 takes him out with the last sliver of life. Suzuki's able to resurrect him though. Maybe he'll be able to get something on his second life as they continue on with the fight. Evo taking out 30. Destructive taking out Checkers. That's a healer. That's another healer. Trying to do a desperate move, but no one in the self-destruct. Evo trying to do what he can in the skies, making sure everyone gets pelted. And it looks as though Mad Cow Disease is taking the advantage. Valkyrie doing whatever he can to try to keep the point alive. They are past the 91% mark. They only have to contest once in order to make sure that they win this point. But they're going to be getting into overtime. But it looks like it goes back to the Mad Cow Disease, but it's going to be a long
Yeah.
3 to 4 fights before claim a victory.
To recap a lot of that, because a lot of things happened, Evil Light switched off onto that fair, very important at the very, very beginning of their pushes, but then after that, Mad Cow was staggering constantly, just going in kind of one by one, destructive, thinking that he had a team behind him. He did have Mercy healing him, but TV was on the flank. Late coming in, came in with the ult, dropped on an ulting Transcendence dub drum as Zenyatta, and it just looked bad, but then after that, slowly 1 by 1, 2 by 2, the bench life died, and they were able to cap a point. I'm still trying to piece together how that happened, but a Diva Bomb coming in, not finding anyone as the cage gets dropped on it, and another fight is breaking out, Utek.
Yeah, Kazuki Beats getting a hardcore punish for that Resurrection Evil Light, trying to do what he can, but also takes punishment for being a standing target. But 30 with the Tac Visor going to try to clean up to make sure that they can do. But TV Junkie popping up is what he can, making sure that what he can, just try to keep everyone up. But TV Junkie having not too many heals himself is going to be taking a lot of damage. Huckleton doing what he can, just staying alive, but being able to be continuously healed from Kazuki Beads, taking and also getting those hits up. Must be very, very happy to see Kazuki at his back. And they are actually able to turn it around, 75% up for them. Only 1 to 2 more attacks. TV Junkie is really showing up on this Doomfist, making sure that anyone that stays in the back line is going to get punished.
Yeah, and I mean, TV Junkie during that fight, he didn't really have many, he didn't have a lot of healing going on him or anything like that, but he was doing all sorts of damage, picking out Dub Drum kind of deep in the enemy as the line was a little bit farther back, Mad Cow Disease, and a lot of fighting happening right now in TV. The man of the hour, the guy who I'm talking about, doing all sorts of damage, both healers dead on bench life. No one is there to keep them up. Thrifty.
But TV Junkie gets his taken out.
Oh my god, Thrifty and crew, Valve, they're just on point trying to stall. The weave noises from Chromatic has to be the only hope. The big monkey coming out, trying to swap people around, but it's not going to have a dub drum, popping the Transcendence, trying to get on point, keep people alive, doing a good job of that. I mean, Chromatic is still not alive any longer as he goes down to Destructive. The Zapper got him, and Dub Drum is next to fall. Valk, you're the last one. The last remaining hope of Mad Cow Disease tape takes the first map.
This is a huge turnaround! Huge
Man.
turnaround, 99% from the bench life, but they are putting their entire team on the bench. No one showing up, and Mad Cow Disease able to infect each and every single one of them. They are in the bathroom throwing up, unable to perform, because they just threw that.
Prions, man. They needed time. The Prions are now deep in the brains of 30, Chromatic, Belk, TK Thrifty, Checkers, Dub Drum.
What the fuck is a Prion?
What's a Prion?
Yeah.
You don't know what a Prion is?
No, you're speaking some sort of monkey language.
Oh my god. Okay, well, hey, I can tell you all about Prions because I wrote a paper on it in my college life. By the way, subscribe.
This stupid Prion stuff, because we got another game to
subscribe to Support College. Just saying, subscribe to Support College.
It's not going to his college fund.
It's going to college.
It's not going to college. It's not going to college.
Anyway, these teams. Bench Life, 30, playing that Junker, that Junkrat, Chromatic, first one falling on McCree there. TV Junkie falling on that Doomfist. He really likes that Doomfist out of the other team comp. Kind of similar comps-ish, not really at all actually. They're very, very different in composition here at University, but it looks like Bench Life is just planting their butts on the point and able to take it without much of a contest coming out of Mad Cow Disease.
Yeah, it looks like they're electing to have an Ana for this fight, and I really, really like it, especially since TV Junkie, the only way he is staying alive is with consistent heals, because he's able to go in, and he is getting pocketed. So with that Ana nade, getting the anti-healing nade going on to that TV Junkie, able to just burst them down and make sure that they know right now that TV Junkie on that Doomfist is their star player. If they can take him out, they are going to be able to do what else they can. Oh, and a big play by TV Junkie, disrupting that tire, and a tire coming in from the opposite side, out of Evo Light, trying to do it again, but didn't really get too much value out of it. Thrifty, Valkyrie are trying to do what they can to continue on with this defense. TD Junkie able to continue on. TK Thrifty going down the hole. It's a hole-in-one for him, as the team are going to try to stagger him away from enemy deaths what they can, but they're unable to really find him as he is down in the basement hiding like a troll to see if he can come out and get a cheeky hook.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, that's kind of the name of the game. EV Junkie doing all sorts of work, but that specific fight, Crystallized, Destructive Dude also doing all sorts of damage, taking out the members of Bench, but Bench, ult advantage, massive ult advantage going down. Huggletune might have rally in time, but that is not that important of an ult. Space Jam might come out of TV Junkie as well. It's not even Space Jam, they don't have a Zarya, but a lot of fight happening right now. Diva Bomb going into the backline, finding 30 and Dub Drum. Very great picks. Bench does not have a leg to stand on as they continue this push. TK Thrifty on the point alone with, well, I shouldn't say alone. There's a Checkers there healing him, but it's not necessarily that important. Valk kind of getting caught late there. There's no reason to be healing him, Checkers. You're done. This push is dead. Be up there. Run away. Run away, little girl.
Run away.
Live to see another day.
And a great job by TV Junkie, able to disrupt the entire team and make sure that they stay spread out so they're able to just focus fire on one or two people at a time. Unable to allow Valkyrie to do anything. And already another tire coming out of Evilite. See what he can do just to try to zone them for a few extra percentage points. Doesn't even matter. That is still a good value coming out of that as they hit the 80% mark.
Zoning ult.
Yeah, it was definitely a zoning ult. They still have the Chaos Dunk coming out of TV Junkie. Still use it as an escape net. But a nano boost coming out of Valkyrior. But he keeps getting pushed down. Jeff, let Valkyrior play the game, please, as he continues on. Unable to get any value out of that nano boost as he goes down, and it looks like they're just trying to do Kazuki Beans coming in with the revive, but 30 trying to do what he can, getting a high noon, but unable to do it. TK Thrifty, only one left, but gonna be taken down by the Cosmic Slam, as that is the game for Mad Cow Disease, and they are infecting the Baddie Overwatch League.
Yeah, they are. I bet this is TV. This has got to be the TV Doomfist coming. Oh, it's Evilite! Whoa,
Evilite coming in.
What'd you do with the bombs? What'd you do with the bombs, bud? You shot him.
He shot him. That's all he needs to do. Keep shooting and big mines. Make sure he gets tons of damage going on. Doesn't even. Oh, and he's able to kill 30 before he gets the high noon off.
That was pretty big. That was actually that high noon stop. It was pretty big.
Definitely on again, TV Junkie unstoppable on that Doomfist, being the big player of the game. Definitely had to try to counter him out because that was the only one who was really getting like the most value out of everything. He was creating the space for everyone else to do their jobs.
Yeah, I mean, great games out of both teams. Mad Cow coming out on top. And yeah, I guess ladies and gents, this concludes the presentation, and stay tuned next week for the second week of the Baddie Overwatch League Season 5. See you guys then.